Now to the spicy ending to the spicy sandwich. We have fucking Tyler and Ashley, dog. Motherfucking.
Your boy
Boy.
Tyler,
Oh boy.
I thought he
your
redeemed
boy
us. I thought he redeemed us, but he proved to be a typical Tyler. Time will tell, but
Fugazi.
the shit ain't looking good right now. So okay,
Hey,
Jackson hit
look,
us in the
good shit
group
is a
chat.
rap, nigga.
Yeah,
The
yeah, yeah.
fuck?
Jackson
Worse
hit
than
us
not good.
in the group chat and was like, "Yo, did y'all? There's some TikTok detectives." On some Love Is Blind shit, talking about,
A
our
couple
boy
days ago,
Tyler,
yeah, yeah.
do y'all want me to spill the beans? And we had a discussion on there about that, right? And basically, like, the whole thing kind of, this is where I knew that it was going to be exposed, where we had the scene where they went back to DC, and there was the moment where Tyler and Ashley were like, praying or whatever, and this motherfucker teared up and shit. And then they had a moment where they were talking about what they would name their kids. I was like, ah,
He also
ain't
said while they were praying, protect our families, which I think is when he
protect
started
our
tearing up.
families. God damn. This
Which,
motherfucker. This
yeah.
motherfucker. Yeah,
He's
so
a psycho to me, man.
he
He's kind of a
yeah, he
psycho.
is.
He's
He
an
is. He is.
absolute psycho to me.
And yeah, and they had that, and then they showed us that footage of them talking about who gets to name who on with their kids, and then we didn't see a whole bunch of them. And I was like, why would they just show us that and then just focus so much on the other couples?
That's
And
good television, brother.
yeah, that's great fucking television. And then the only
Word
other
up.
time we saw them again was when we met Ashley's dad, who was cool as fuck, like a perfect stepdad, like a
Oh,
stepdad you would pray
nigga.
for, right? Like just cool as hell.
Yeah, I was saying he looks like Jerry Rice.
Oh,
which I agree
absolutely.
with.
I feel like we all got an uncle like him.
He also looked like he was like
He looks
45
like
years
locked in
old.
Jerry Rice too, not
Yeah.
Jerry Rice on bullshit. But like her dad
Yeah.
might hunt him down. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
you could feel his.
Yeah.
When you love your kids so much that you start crying, talking about how much you love them, bro. There's other things mixed up in that, as a father especially.
For sure. Did y'all ask for y'all wives' dad's permission, for his blessing? Did y'all shit or?
No. I would, I don't know that I would have responded. I proposed to Char when we were 21 years old in our third year of college. And her dad, I think her dad probably would have given it. Her mom definitely would not have given it. Her mom is the type of person who would want to be asked for permission.
Yeah.
Her dad grew up on a pineapple
Didn't give a fuck.
plantation in Hawaii, bro. Like we met each
Okay.
other. He was like, "You're a Niners fan?" I was like, "For sure." And he was like,
Hell
you know,
yeah.
like we just her dad was like one of my closest friends from even before we, yeah. But so no, I did not. And Shar specifically was like, don't ever do some weirdo old fashioned shit like trying to ask my dad for
Yeah.
my hand.
See,
He
Summer,
makes
Summer,
decisions around here. Right,
Yeah.
right. I respect it.
Summer wanted me to get. It wasn't going to stop shit if he said no, but Summer
Right.
wanted me to go do that
process.
venue of
For sure.
and I fuck with her step out. That's my dog. Like we
Yeah.
homies, man. Like I told you, I'm a cool ass motherfucker from Oakland, bro. Like that's my dog. So, but yeah, I was just interested in that.
John, what I want to hear a little more from John. How would that have gone, or what was the decision? Did Rhonda make it clear to you she didn't want you to do that?
Nigga, I'm black. She's Indian.
That motherfucker.
I didn't go into the house until I said I was married. We was getting married, nigga. Like,
Right.
I didn't even meet them niggas till we was what the fuck? What no? It was like, hey, we get married. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't even exist until then. The fuck?
Dog, I asked Summer's dad for his blessing on after Christmas dinner, and I was and y'all know I grill out, for the family on Christmas and shit, and I was like, bro, I was putting ribs in my Cadillac to ask a Oakland man to marry his daughter. I was like, this is the blackest shit I ever did in my motherfucking life.
That's
You were like Cersei or some shit. You had some witch powers though. You could have asked him for anything after you fucking grill for him. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
Like, that's a
For
good
sure.
time for Tyler
You
to ask
low-key
anyone
cheated,
for
nigga.
anything.
You know what I mean?
I
You
might
low-key
have, man.
cheated,
Let me
nigga.
ask you a
I got
question.
you.
Would you like to have ready access to this type of cooking regularly in your life?
Here's the best rib you've ever had.
Every Christmas, every
by the
4th of
way,
July. Yeah.
Yeah. While the endorphins are flowing, let me pose
that
a
nigga was seeing
hypothetical to you.
stars, nigga. He wanted to marry you, nigga. Nigga's like, if you would ask him, he would have said yes. The fuck? That meat is incredible.
But yeah, so back to
Oh,
Tyler and
man.
Ashley, they had the moment they met the dad, Ashley's out. I was like, I'm with it, whatever. And then we have the moment where we get the big motherfucking reveal, the big cliffhanger where we find out that Tyler tells Ashley 2 weeks before they're getting married that he has 3 kids. And he says that they are sperm donor kids that he has, that he's still active in their lives. And he says that he had a lesbian female friend, and he gave her some babies because she wanted some babies, and he's still active in their life. That's what he's sticking with.
And to be clear, based on the TikTok investigations, like he tried to break it to her, and even that didn't go well.
He tried to tell her like before that happened, or
no?
He wanted to tell her on camera.
According to at least, and I guess this is potentially spoilers going forward, but according to the social media shit that's going around, I don't think that it is sperm donor.
No,
I don't know. That it is sperm donor.
I don't know.
So the reporting there's a couple things here that I've found on the internet. One, an interview from Tyler saying he wanted to tell her off camera. He was like, I couldn't think of the right moment to tell her. He gave some bullshit excuse. He said, I wanted to tell her off camera, and I did tell her off camera. And then Ashley was like, no, we are taking this to camera, you psycho. And then the other parts of it is there's a lot of mixed reporting, like Facebook investigation reporting, but it seems as though he's not just a sperm donor.
Here's the thing.
Right. Because the mother, because there's a legal custody dispute, that's a matter of public record, and it's actually been reopened since the episodes dropped. And then second of all, the woman's mom, I think it was on TikTok saying, no, he threw the kids away a year ago and hasn't had any contact.
That clip I sent y'all was from the grandmama of the babies.
Yes, right.
Yes. But
that's what I saw.
Yeah. But I feel like so many people are saying, why would he be so active in their life if he was a sperm donor? Blah 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 blah. And I don't think that's a smoking gun necessarily, because I would never personally do that. But if I had a homegirl who wanted kids and I agreed to it, like the one condition I would have is I need to have access to my kids like I'm the parent. Like that would be my one condition, right? But I wouldn't, like I said, it's just some shit I probably would never do. But if I did decide to do it, that would be my one condition. So him being active in the kids' lives, even though he was, quote unquote, a sperm donor, I don't think that's a smoking gun. Also, the fact that he said that was his lesbian friend, I've seen some pictures of her and she real. That story holds up too. I'll just leave it at that.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that part.
But I mean, you can't judge ours based upon that. You know what I mean? Like, but I just all the other shit just doesn't seem like it doesn't add up to the story he told. And then also the fact that, like, nigga, you went that long without talking about kids, period.
Exactly.
That should have been if you're talking about y'all talking about in the first meeting in the pod, maybe you thought that, you know what I'm saying, like, telling somebody you had 3 kids would be, you know what I'm saying, some people wouldn't get to see you for who you are. And you might be right, nigga. But regardless, you have to let people know that is a big part of your life. I couldn't imagine going a day without talking about shorties. You know what I'm saying? You had 3 of them that you just absolutely ignored for weeks. So, like, I mean, it could be true what he said, but I don't give him the benefit of the doubt, being that he's been so disingenuous from the jump.
Yes, he could very much have told the truth about, this was my lesbian friend who I wanted to help have kids. He could be telling the truth on that, but he's still very much deceitful because he wasn't upfront with that.
Period.
Right. Period. Because the whole thing, bro.
Right. That's not even like that. It's not even a bad look necessarily. Just the
I mean, 3 kids. I understand why somebody wouldn't want to sign up to be
3 kids is a lot of bonus.
That's a big.
No, totally.
And so, like, I mean, but I don't feel like anything's wrong with having 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I just feel like, yes, that's going to be something that a lot of people don't want to sign up for. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But like, regardless, that is not, your responsibility is to be honest in the situation. Yes. And he was nowhere near that.
Yeah. And I would have put that shit out front, like, as soon as kids came up. Like, period. Like, I'm not quote unquote technically a father, but I do have 3 children that I was a surrogate for, that I'm very much actively with. And if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. Like, bro, I would just never, like, and the whole thing about it, you just can't say this shit slipped your mind, because whenever you're dating and kids come up, like, even if you don't have kids, you always lean on shit like, well, I might not have kids, but I got some god kids, or I got some little cousins who I love like they're my own, or I got some nieces and nephews. Everyone goes to that, right? And bro, these are your legitimate blood kids, even though they're not, I guess, the social definition of your children, because there's not that whole
Maybe.
contract with you and the mother. Y'all are friends. This is surrogate shit. But yeah, I feel like no one would overlook that once that topic comes up in good faith.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No,
Miles in the chat said, "Where's your family, dude?"
Where's your family, bro?
That is so
Tyler, bro.
Yo, go. Tyler, bro. Where's your family, dude? You lost your family, dude. But I
He was the chosen one, man.
I can't. And also, like, dog, if those, I mean, regardless, if you're active in those kids' lives as a surrogate, or if they're your kids, you know, you had kids with the same woman out of love, whatever the fuck, and you're just hiding them, like, with the level of guilt, like, not for a second do I want my kids to think that I'm not completely thankful and proud of them. You know what I mean? And so for him to be hiding that way, that's so disgusting.
Like,
as soon as I saw that, every time I looked at him, I mean, I maybe I probably felt how she did. I'm like, you nasty, dirty motherfucker. Every time he was on camera,
once you see the fuck nigga in a motherfucker, you can't see the fuck
nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Once you see the fuck,
you can't see the fuck nigga.
That black light never turns off. You know what I mean?
You feel me?
You can see the stains
on
the wall.
Way.
I just even the thing I don't understand, even if you don't care about your kids, which just seems like he has a different relationship with his kids than we do, John or whatever. How could he enjoy the time he's spending with her with that hanging over their head? Jesus. That's what, like, how are you on the camel, like, having fun? How are you, like, how are you praying together, not just like shitting yourself with anxiety about, like, oh, I just said families, like that.
Right. Like, yeah. Let me change it. Yeah.
And the answer is because he's
a
bad
psycho,
guy.
bro.
And the chat the chat is correctly pointing out it's not just deceitful, it's not just disrespectful, it is emotionally manipulative. And it is like, it is intentional and emotionally manipulative. It's
no,
because
I don't think he is a sperm donor. I think that he tried to, like, half break it to her. Like, I'm gonna tell her I was a sperm donor and I'm not.
That's why I wanted to tell her off camera too, because it was a flat out lie. He probably didn't want to document it, and then she brought it on camera, and he had to kind of own up to the fuck shit. Now he's caught up in his lies, nigga. The fuck. Nasty, bro.
He let the, you know, like we were talking about the Barbie movie. He's Aaron Donald Tyler. Aaron Donald Tyler let us down, bro.
He was supposed to be the prince who was promised. He was supposed to help. That was the first thing I said. This motherfucker's doing great PR for the name Tyler. No, the fuck he isn't.
No, he's not.
Typical fucking 1992 ass Tyler right there, dog. Not of my generation, but
and then also, is it true? Is it, like, usually as true as it was last year and this year that, like, Love is Blind is reflective of reality because the most attractive, best women get treated the worst? Is this historically true on the show, or has it just been the last 2 seasons? Because Ashley is, like,
yeah, she pretty as hell.
She 10 out of 10, brother.
He should have figured. He should have figured.
Hey, yeah.
I mean, I think that's just. I don't think. I think that's just life. Period. I think there's a very huge proportion of men who are terrible versus, like, women who are terrible. You know what I'm saying? I firmly believe that from my interactions with women.
He should have told her, "Let's run away to France." You know what I mean? Like, when he saw her, it should have been like, "I gotta really make an effort. If I'm gonna be emotionally manipulative, I gotta turn it all the way to 100."
What's wild is, like, seeing this, like, people talk about how nasty the streets are, right? And I always hear people talking about their experiences, and I'd be like, who the fuck are y'all fucking with? Like, who are y'all fucking with? Like, I don't I don't meet people that are this bad. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, seeing, like, this on television, like, I feel like the streets are much nastier maybe now than when we were younger, or maybe they were nastier than I thought. And I just wasn't as deep in them as motherfuckers were. You know what I mean?
I think the sad truth is, and this is something I think about quite a bit, is, like, just with the numbers, the percentages of how many men are out there committing sexual crimes or whatever else, I do think it is that it's like there's just people who walk among us every day that are, like, good and I mean, you see it with this. These people are on television. These people are on camera, like, 24 hours a day or whatever. And there's people who hid this shit till however deep, you know? So but that's the sad truth, bro. Cause I know when I was younger, like when I was a teenager, I was in college, I was one of those, like, a man who hits a woman isn't a real man, or any man who couldn't talk to his kids is a monster. And the older you get, you're like, they're not monsters. They're just men. Like, it's just what the average, bro. Like, it's just the average person is worse than we think that they are. You know what I mean?
We thought we could see those people. we thought there were tails.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's why when Tyler talked about the percentage of man versus what women understand at such a younger age than we do, that's not the case, that you can't tell. You know what I mean? And I think that's
There was that whole in the woods with a bear versus a man thing that was very illustrative of the awareness that women have of the dangers of men.
There was like, I remember seeing like a list of like the creepiest things on the planet, and men were third. Just men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because
we beat out at least 10,000 kinds of bugs. Like,
bro, you know what I mean? Brown recluse,
mambas.
whatever. But have you seen a fucking man? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're above hairless bears. You know what I mean? Motherfucker see a white tiger, you know, on a tiger on the prowl. Nigga see a man run towards a tiger. You know what I'm saying? You got a better chance to see. Nigga, he ain't shit, dog. Crazy.
Have there been women, like, I feel like of the 2 seasons I've seen, it's always like a handful of dudes on the show who are the worst. Like, what is the ratio just on this show of secretly horrible women to secretly horrible men?
Oh,
it has to be 1 to 10.
We had that whole little friend group last season. Remember them 2 chicks who were fucking terrible? I forget their names, but yeah, it's every season we get like 2 or 3 terrible dudes, and
yeah.
You know, and like I said, the worst women are just annoying, like Monica, right? like the Monica Steven,
or like Megan
yeah,
Fox.
the Monica
Fox,
Steven
yeah.
dynamic is like the perfect example
Right.
of how she goes. The women at their worst are annoying.
Hannah's kind of unkind. Hannah's kind of unkind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
So,
if
like,
Hannah's the
but
closest
if
you're
one
gonna
of
get
them
to
is
that.
hiding a body in a closet, it's Nick. Like 100.
for sure.
Like,
Oh, for sure. This nigga hid 3 children. 3.
from
We
his
got
wife.
on fucking Drake for hiding a child, but he was in the child's life. This motherfucker hid 3 kids and dipped on them. He's
Twins.
a
Twins
fucking
in the
demon.
Twins,
Who doesn't brag on twins every chance they get?
Nigga, what? But
That motherfucker kept twins a secret.
Nigga, he's like,
come on, man.
bro, you got 3 kids. You were raising like that's a nigga. Like you hid 3. Like their names didn't slip out of your mouth once. Like,
when you were
dude, you're a
praying,
psychopath.
Right.
Right, you're talking about praying for the family and don't mention your fucking children,
Bro, you're talking about naming kids. You're talking about, well,
bro, and not even talking about the kids you already have on this planet,
What
bro.
about their
Every time I
names?
looked at this nigga, I'm like, bruh, you is a bitch, dog. You know what I'm saying? Golly, I was watching this golf shit, and the motherfucker said, he said, a motherfucker can't beat me in anything but being a fuck nigga. That's what he said. I'm looking at this, bro. Hey, I'm like, I subscribed after I heard that shit. I subscribed, like, yo, I need that. But this is a 10 out of 10 fuck nigga, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Dog, nasty. No respect for nothing he doing right now, bro. The roller coaster of an NFL season is moving right along, and it promises to be a month full of tricks, treats, and of course, touchdowns. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is the #1 place to bet touchdowns.
Running it in from the 1 or an 80-yard bomb. We don't care how they score touchdowns. We want to bet on them. DraftKings heard us and is delivering. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. It's hard not to look at player props for Jaden Daniels every week because he is balling out there. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Jenkins. That's code Jenkins for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.